Hello and welcome to another video. Now, I have a few problems. Now, the first problem that I have is that the transmission in my Mark III Supra has never had an oil change during the ownership of my time. I have owned this car for almost 6 years, and everything that you see has come apart at some point, and I've reassembled everything that you see on the car. The rear subframe, the engine, the paint, all the panels and windows and glasses and everything has come off at some point. Even the interior has been rebuilt at some point, but the transmission has never gone through an oil change. The second problem that I have is with my S13. I've installed an ECU Master Classic engine management system to this car, and it's already active. All the wiring and everything has been done, but I want to use a tablet for a dashboard for this car, and I still would like to keep that 90s and 2000s feeling of this car by keeping these analog extra gauges, but I would like to install the tablet here also to get all the necessary information that I require from this car. So I have 3D modeled and printed a new cluster gauge holder to match this existing one with a tablet fitting, and it looks very nice, but I think it's a bit wobbly. And the third problem that I have is that the exhaust note on my RB20 DET on my S13 is just way too quiet. Lucky for me, the R154 oil change is rather easy. All I gotta do is lie on the floor and have the car jacked up right next to me and loosen two bolts, which are the drain bolt and the fill bolt, and they are right here. So the fill bolt is right over here, you can see it. I got it already off, that's there, and the drain bolt is right over there. Now I'm gonna loosen that. This is the oil from my transmission. Maybe looks a bit dark, but there was residue engine oil on the bottom of this pan. But I got some gear oil on my hands when I got the drain plug out, and it was completely clear. So I think this is just mixed up with the engine oil, and it's not looking bad at all. Now, this is my setup for changing gear oil. It doesn't look like much, but let me run you through it. I used to have that electric pump, which was very handy, so I would just feed it, put it on, and it would pump the oil directly to the transmission, but it sadly broke just a few moments ago, started leaking really badly. So I have this handheld pump. Now this works in a way that it drains fluid from this and pumps it directly here, and you just pump it with your hand like an old bicycle pump. Now I have an old Castrol engine oil container here, which is filled with MT90, Redline MT90 with some lightweight shockproof additive. Perfect. As you can see, it didn't work. The pump cannot handle any pressure, so it just pulled everything out. So now I gotta make something else. Now let's see if this crazy idea works. Gosh, I just love getting transmission oil all over my shop floor. That's just perfect. Thank you, little pump that didn't do anything. Right, so now the gearbox has new fresh oil and we can move on to the next problem. Once again, you can notice that I'm lying on the floor. Next job that I want to do is removing one muffler or a resonator from this RB20 setup. And as you can see, we are under the car here. I've got a big muffler here in the rear and one smaller one over there. And I would like to remove that one. So here's the plan. Cut this off, replace it with that, and done. The pipe is welded. As you can see, from time to time I can make pretty neat TIG welds, but then again sometimes it comes out like that. Anyway, now I'm gonna just grind it a little bit and it will be fine. Right, the exhaust is back in there with the straight pipe with only one muffler. Okay, the car sounds good, but fast forward a couple of weeks. I just came back from almost a week-long trip, and I actually started to paint the car. So all the panels are off. I've already painted the roof, and tomorrow I have a dyno day. So the car is gonna get tuned up. We're gonna push it, and I'm thinking about 350, so 350 horsepower from the engine. It's not very high horsepower, but it's a good amount for drifting this car, especially in S chassis. So the car is packed up, it's on a trailer, filled with petrol, filled with oil. Everything checks out. I changed new spark plugs today for it, and let's cross our fingers that tomorrow everything goes well. I'll try to film at least some of those pulls that we do, but I'm not gonna be filming a lot tomorrow. So best of luck. Okay, so that was it with the dyno. We had zero problems, first of all, with the car. Everything worked perfect, and actually the dyno guy who adjusted the car, made the tune, said that it was very easy to tune. Everything is not maxed out, but pretty safe now, and it made 333 horsepower and 380 newton meters of torque. Was it at 5500 RPM, something like that, which is a very suitable number since I have now 333 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Previously, when I went to dyno, I made exactly 200 kilowatts with this car, which was basically
the same idea that was with Mighty Car Mods. If you have seen those on the channel, they did a 180 SX, exactly the same kind of car as mine, and on the dyno they did 180 kilowatts. So mine is 200 SX because this is a European version, so I made 200 kilowatts, but now it's 333 horsepower. And it's been actually a couple of weeks. I've been on a summer holiday, and in the meantime I actually painted painted two cars. I painted the S13 and I painted my Navara. So here's the S13. As you can see, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. This color is just amazing, and look at the spoiler. This is just phenomenal. I love it. Now there's still some finishing touches that I need to do with this car. As you can see, the body panels are on with just one screw and that kind of stuff. But anyways, the car is tuned up. It has an amazing paint job. I'm still waiting for the new wheels. It's gonna be a couple of weeks that I get them from Chrome. And as you can see, I even painted the mirrors with this color. Now this is not from any car color book. This is not a color coded car. It's just my own mix, and I think it worked out very well. As you can see, when you kind of tilt it, it shades the color almost black and then emphasizes all the shapes of this car. And then I painted the Navara, and with the Navara what I did was, this is I took all the gray parts and all the black plastics and even the windscreen wipers and everything out, the door handles and the tailgate handle also. I took everything out, and the chrome bumper, and painted them with white. And this has also a pearl to it, so this is the whitest white that you can get. I call this painting ultra white because this is the whitest white that you can get, and it's also not a color code from any car manufacturer. And it's just the base white, which is the whitest white that you can get, and a silver metallic kind of flake or pearl on that, and then actually four coats of clear coat, so it has a very thick clear coat on it, and that's why it's also very shiny. And you can see how all the shapes kind of disappear to the car because it's so white. And yeah, about my previous 3 problems that I said in the beginning of this video, I kind of let go of the dash thing to the Nissan, but I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of a shuffle between different kind of subjects, and you didn't really see anything about the painting. But like I said, I've been on summer holiday. For the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been just working with my cars and enjoying the summer, drinking a lot of beer, sleeping in heavy. And next Monday I'll be returning to work, so I'll be returning also to making more of these videos. So I hope you enjoy it and have a good day.